Purple Political Talk here, and today we're going to do a video about the 2020 presidential election and why it would be so easy to predict. So, and analytically, we're just going to start looking at it in a way of possibilities. So, right now on the map, we have the seats filled in, and these are not by margins or anything, these are just how solid they are. So, the seats filled in blue are pretty solid for the Democrats, and these are states that would need something to happen from the Republicans to flip. Same thing backwards with the Republican Party. So that's why you see states like Texas or Georgia filled, although they're going to be in the lean column or margins are going to get close. At the end of the day, it's not going to be one of those states that's going to be super contested, that's going to come down to the last couple of votes. So, there's 5 states that are currently not filled in, and those states are Arizona, Wisconsin, Ohio, North Carolina, and Florida. These are going to be the nail-biter states. And one thing we must see from this map is that Democrats win one more of any of these states, plus the ones they already have filled in, they have the presidency. So, for that reason, we might be able to say and infer that the 2020 election will be easy to predict. Now, we don't have a magic crystal ball to see what's going to happen in the future, but we can take analytical data from the past and apply it here so we can see what might actually happen. So, I would say that personally speaking, states like Arizona are pretty close to going to Democrats, so that just there gives them 279. And Wisconsin looks like it's a growing bet for them, and they've been trying to save the state, and they have. Donald Trump won it in 2016, but now they have taken back a lot of ground. States like Florida, Democrats are gaining a lot of ground here, and honestly, they could honestly win there by around 3 points at most. North Carolina, I see the same thing as the state of Florida, and the state of Ohio, it would be more of a kind of bigger margin or like on victory because it's leaning towards the Republican Party. But these are all 5 of these states. Although they might be heavily favoring one party, that does not mean that they can't go to the other. Out of all these swing states, these are the states that are most likely to flip and flip flop and waffle during the election. So for the Democrats, if everything goes as they want to, and we can predict that the most probable flippy floppy is 350 for the Democrats. If the Republicans have a good night, they could get if you win all the states that are outstanding, in this case, the flip-flop states, we can see them win by 270 to 268, which is not good for them. They're very far behind. So that would tell us that they would have to hold on to the states that they have, that are safe or solid in some scenarios, and win the rest and sweep the board with these margins. You have to win the state of Florida, North Carolina, Ohio, Wisconsin, not Wyoming, Arizona, and just sweep the map. So for Republicans, that's going to be pretty difficult, considering they're very behind in the state of Arizona, especially since the most of the Arizonians don't like Donald Trump at this point. That's going to be really hard for them. So realistically speaking, our map could just be down to these 4 states, which already gives doom for the Democratic Party, for the Republican Party. So this race will be easy to predict. But one thing might not be as easy to predict is how big the margins are going to be. We can say that it's very highly likely that Joe Biden will win the election. But that does not mean that there's still no chance for Trump. Although Joe Biden might have big chances, remember there's always chances for upsets. And that's just all with probability and things like that. It's, for example, the chance that you won the giveaway, for example. It's very low, but someone did win, and, for example, Philip did win the giveaway, so it's like that. So, now, one thing that we can see also is that this race is going to be different from others. I believe that this year, the electoral pattern will be very crazy. We're going to start to see all these crazy events. If you think 2020 has been super bad of a year, get ready, because politically and kind of all these different things, it's going to be very different compared to other election cycles. And I think, honestly, if everything goes well and everything stays on the road that it's going on, Democrats are pretty self-assured, and they're pretty assured, and I think, generally speaking, politically, analytically, and possibly, they could be winning the race already. So the 2020 election will be easy to predict. And it's because of these states that are flippy-floppy. If you consider the solid states, quote-unquote, maybe you can take off Pennsylvania for the Democrats and Georgia for the Republicans and make those also in this category. But generally speaking, taking a look at these states, Democrats are far ahead. Just win one, and they have the election. So for that reason, the election will be easy to predict. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a huge thumbs up. Like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to get notified when I post my next video. Hope you enjoyed this video, and goodbye.